What's up, everybody? This is a long overdue video that I've had a lot of requests for, and it's going to be the office tour and my setup tour. I guess I didn't do it because I kept thinking, well, I gotta add this, I gotta add this, or this isn't straightened up, I need to clean this up, I need to finish this. But honestly, it's late, it's Saturday night, and I just said, forget it. I'm just gonna do it, and then however it comes out, it comes out. Maybe I'll do an updated one when I do make some major changes, but this is pretty much my working environment for my YouTube videos, and I will give you guys the tour around. So, we'll start off with, I guess this is the entry door. There's two doors. That door leads to a bathroom, which also has another door in the hallway. So, this was actually the guest room before I took it over out of my old office. So here, as you walk in, I have a caricature sketch of me and my wife when we went to, I believe that was the Toledo Zoo when we still lived in Michigan. We went down to Toledo Zoo when we first started dating. So, and then here is back up a little bit, a pallet shelf that I made. Pretty much I didn't make it or do anything with it. I just stained it and put a couple screws into the wall, and then that's it. So on this shelf you have I got the Walking Dead volume 1 and 2, the hardcover books. That's the only two I have right now. I need to get the rest of them. But then I also have Rick up there, another Walking Dead zombie, a little zombie guy that came in one of my loot crates, Battlestar Galactica ship. This guy, the reason I have him is I bought this at like a little flea market, but I remember buying this way back in the day when I was little, and I put it on layaway at Kmart. My mother let me put it on layaway. So I bought him just to have him up here to sort of remind me, one of those reminders of where he came from type of thing. Here's a medal from 2012. I ran. I participated in the Ragnar Relay, which is a Chattanooga to Nashville race, 197 miles. It's like a 2-day race. You just run nonstop with a team of 12 and you alternate. So if you've never done it, if you're a runner, it's really, really cool. I'm not a runner and hobbled along and walked most of the time, but it was still cool to finish it. Here's some more black and white Walking Dead, but these are the ones with the blood on them. And Rick fell down. He's down there, but he's got blood on him too. Same as this guy, but just blood with the black and white. Here's Dexter chilling in there with Kit and Mr. T's van from the A-Team. And then Heisenberg over there on the right, and then the bobblehead Walter White. Those are the accessories that came with the Heisenberg doll. Bag of money and some blue crystal. Then my wife got me this big superhero villain pack, and these are some of the characters that came in that one. Here's just a really cool alien figure that I found at Toys R Us one day when I was there with the kids. This is the Lost Complete series on Blu-ray, which I still haven't watched the whole thing. Well, I've seen all of it on TV, but my wife hadn't. And we need to watch it because both of our kids are named after characters in Lost. Miles, which everybody's seen on the videos, and then Sawyer, which you haven't seen him too often, but he's a year and a half, he's a baby. So Miles and Sawyer, and if those who don't know Lost don't get it, Miles and Sawyer were partners in the very last season in that alternate world / whatever. So there you go. That's how big of a Lost fan I am. Here's my tripod. It's the Manfrotto 190. Nothing crazy about it. It's just a good tripod that I like. I like that it's got the adjustable head and you can actually flip everything on its side 90 degrees. And this is sort of my setup. It's more than what I really use because I don't use the slider that often. I really need to get into it more, but I rush myself, I think, too much on my videos, but I need to sort of take my time. And then I just have this LED just for if I do like a vlog with my Canon, which I'll show you in a bit. I'll just use that for a little bit of extra light. And then I have the Manfrotto video fluid head, which one is it? You know what? I'm not sure. I'll leave links to everything that I can think of down in the description. Then I have the Lilliput. It's just a LED monitor, or LCD monitor that I plug in the HDMI cord into my Canon. So I can, if I'm doing something farther away, I can see what I'm recording. Or if, like you can see here, I was recording something off to the side. I think it was my Amazon Fire TV video. Down there is just an extra battery for my Canon 70D. And then we'll scoot around this way. This is the Phantom Vision drone, Phantom 2 Vision drone. That's the case, and that's it in there. Weather's starting to finally get nice now, so I'm going to start doing some more videos with that. That's a monitor that I was using on my setup that I am going to be taking to work that I bought. Those are some cables and HDMI and power. One's for the PlayStation. There's a couple different ones in there. One's for that monitor, and then that's because my PlayStation is in this games case all-in-one monitor awesomeness. So I have a video coming on that very soon. That's the strap for it. And I'll show you inside the closet, which is a big mess. And this is one of those things where I wanted to get it cleaned up, just never did. So up top you have a bunch of boxes of different devices and things that I've reviewed and or I just use and maybe have not done videos on. Over here you have another monitor. There's my old lighting setup. It was just some work lights, and then there's some different clamps and tripod things. There's a little grip for a camera back there. Then just some more boxes, some cases, Bluetooth keyboards, more boxes of mics and Xbox, and I mean, just all kinds of stuff. I don't really have this organized too well. I just like having the closet to sort of stuff everything in. Here's a bunch of books that used to be on my desk but is no longer. Some tools that sometimes I use when I'm doing things. Ink, pictures and stuff that used to be in one of my old office at work. Then this is all my GoPro stuff is in this toolbox type thing. This is all just cables, different cables. There's a hard drive on here right now because I just took it off my setup, but that's what that is. More cables down there. Pretty much this is just storage. I mean, I don't really, I can close the doors. Here's my DSLR camera bag. There's another bag. And then there's some these are the bottoms for my lights. I ended up mounting them to a stand, which you'll see out here. My old tripod, my very first one that I had. Then you have like an iPad or tablet holder. You can use it as so when I can read off of it there. And then this is a mic stand. Then over here, just have some cases and stuff down there, paperwork and different software. Discs, highlighters and batteries, and then label maker and more discs. Then storage, or I'm sorry, CD storage cases, some Bluetooth speakers, my business cards, things to mount drop cams, and then DVDs for burning DVDs. And then up here I have an old projector that we cleaned out. We were cleaning up at my church last week, and somebody found it and thought I would like it, and I do, so I got to find a spot for that. Over here is some more mic stuff, just the mounts, tripod stuff, nothing crazy. More boxes, more boxes. Here's the Samsung box for the Samsung Galaxy camera, the first one, which I'll be giving away along with the Pebble Steel. And then Amazon Fire TV and controller boxes. And it's got this little Lazy Susan up here that I put, bulbs. I mean, just anything you can think of. Here's the extra band and links for the Pebble Steel. Life-proof case, one of my old wallets. Another LED lights up there. That's about it. That's a little thing Miles made. This was Miles' room at one time. He was upstairs having trouble sleeping, so we moved him downstairs. No difference whatsoever. And he wanted to move back upstairs, so we threw him back upstairs. So we'll go over this side now. So here's just a shelf that I have up on the wall. With this one just happens to be all Batman figures and Joker figures. I love the new Joker. I got this one. I got the black and white statue, and then you can see in the back is just the regular one. And then this, some people remember from a video, this was from the collector's edition, the 360 game that I gave away, the 360 game for Gods Among Us. Then this is one of my favorite like pieces, if you want to make it sound like artwork, but this is from like 60s Batman, and anybody that's unfamiliar with it, they'd always climb up the side of a window. It looks super cheesy. They weren't climbing up the side of a building, they were just made it look like that, and they'd always have a celebrity pop out from one of these windows. So that I love. And then over here I have a couple comics. They're not worth anything. There's some covers that I like, which is Batman Superman #1, and then the new black and white Batman #1. And then Miles draws me stuff that he likes me to hang up in the office. So there's some Chuggington, and then some Michelangelo, who's his favorite. This was just something I picked up at like a little tiny comic book convention that was by the house. It was in Nashville. And then here's my Justin Mahler, some of the artwork I've gotten from his site that I've framed. I just love his work. I had him do a logo for me, the GND. Anybody that sees that, it's on my Twitter, all my social media. The banners are always there, and you'll see it on. I'm using it as a wallpaper over there that we'll look at. And my wife does like vinyl and makes stuff, so she made that. The D. 2009 was the year we were married, so D for Dickerson, my last name. Then this is just a Toshiba 1080p TV. I've recently switched this around. This used to be my 4K over here, which I've now moved to the other side, but I have this, just a 39-inch Toshiba, and it has the Xbox One connected to it. And then, like I said, right now the PlayStation 4 is in the game's case. So these are all the connectors for it, and the controllers are right there. You got the PlayStation Eye, or whatever they call the camera now, and then the Kinect. I have the Roku stick connected to this TV, which I just plugged in last night, so I'm taking a look. I may do a video on that. That's just the remote for this one. Here's a couple books that I'm reading. If you don't know this about me, I actually sometimes teach youth at my church, and these are just a guy that we've done some stuff on, Adam Hamilton, that I'm a big fan of. Here's a couple of his newest books that I just got from Amazon and started reading the other day. I don't read too often. I usually listen to stuff, but this guy's pretty interesting. And then here is all my games. So my PlayStation 4, Miles has been in here, so nothing's organized really well. And then here's the Xbox One headphones, some Vita games in there, some 3DS games, my 2DS is in there. So that's what's in there. I don't believe there's anything in this one, just some PlayStation stand and some other headsets for the gaming stuff. You can see the child locks on here so Sawyer doesn't get into all my stuff, but this thing folds down and you can use it as a computer desk. I just have never done that. I really just got it because it matches my desk over there. Then underneath here I got time capsule that I use to extend my network into here, so I have good connectivity for all my stuff. Tripod, that's the one I use for my vlogs. Then you have an HDMI splitter, and then that's the cable matters. It's the HDMI converter so that I can record gameplay for the PlayStation. And then just a power strip with the charger for my Jaybird headphones and my Google Glass. My printer's down here hidden, 3-hole punch. The only reason I have a 3-hole punch is when Miles makes me other drawings that I don't hang up, I have a binder in the closet that I 3-hole punch and put all his artwork in there so that I can keep track of it. Then up top of my desk here on the hutch, going from right to left, I have a 50th anniversary TARDIS, which makes the noise, of course. And then, oh, Han Solo and Carbonite fell. And then I have a little Millennium Falcon, some Pez dispensers. The kid's got a hold of Darth Vader bobblehead, so he is looking in the wrong direction. Dalek. Just recently getting into Doctor Who. A huge Darth Vader Pez dispenser, Boba Fett, an AT-AT, Boba Fett, little bobblehead. Here's my Google Glass case. Then I have a lot of the Black Series Star Wars guys up here that Miles begs me to open. Then here's a white Boba Fett prototype armor. He's probably that's probably my favorite, that and then the black Boba Fett, Black Series. This is just, I bought this for my wife, and she, I don't know, it kept ending up on the floor, so I don't think she dug it as much as I did. So I took the 70s zombie into the office. Then you have a Star Wars ship. Then here's the little Amazon dude. Then this thing here is just a little, it's an advertising thing for Sirius. When I bought my new Durango, this was in the finance guy's office, and I asked him if I could have it just because I'm a huge Howard Stern fan. Star Wars, that's my pug, just so you know, my pug, who's not in here right now, his name is Howard. So I'm a huge, if I wouldn't have had that pug before we had Miles, then Miles would probably be named Howard. Darth Vader gumball machine with never have any gumballs in it, but it does breathe. The Galaxy Camera 1 that I'll be giving away, and here's the Pebble Steel that I'm giving away. A glass, Batman glass with a cape. A cup that looks like a Nikon lens, coffee cup. Here is a still frame. Piece of solenoid, I almost called it. Celluloid, I think is what they call it. It's Darth Vader choking a dude. Then we have just a little candle my wife gave me to smell up the place. And then there's the leg from the Christmas Story, a miniature one. Walking Dead Season 3, collector's edition with the LEDs. Little dude that came in my loot crate. And then a 3D puzzle that I put together that I got at one of those Dirty Santa Christmas things. I have two windows on the wall that look out to my backyard. It's nighttime now, so you won't see anything, so I won't bother showing you. And here is mostly my camera stuff, a couple of receipts, but this is where I keep my lenses and my camera cleaning stuff, some extra stuff. Here is the vlog camera, which I think I'm going to change not to the vlog camera because I did the video of my truck and I was talking behind it like I am with this one, and it has a stereo XY mic, and if I got to one side you can only hear me off one channel and the other side, and I don't know if it's going to work. Google Chrome that I recently took off when I plugged in my Roku stick. There's the sunglasses for my Google Glass. Here is my Zoom that I was using pretty much primarily when I did voiceover work. This is the oh, my mind just went blank. I want to say Q6, I don't know, my mind just totally went blank, but I'm no longer using it. I'm thinking about just selling it. Here's a little Lego pen holder, that's about it over there. Blu-ray reader and writer, my wallet, SD card for my, I think it's for the vlog camera, the HTC SIM ejection tool. Here's some hangers. I was thinking about hanging up my black editions up on the wall. I wish I could type. Here's the Mavis Beacon typing. Here's a little book that I used to write some notes in that my wife got me. Some more business cards, super glue. Here's some more stuff that I will probably just be giving away at some point. Cases, the Jot Script pen. This is all Apple stuff. So if you'd like to see that in a giveaway, let me know. Some cases for the iPhone 5C up there. Then I have some Batman. This came in my loot crate, Attack of Titan. Here's my Nvidia Shield, my SD cards, my unboxing knife that everybody seems to like. And here, just really, it's junk. It's sort of like the junk drawers. Another knife. This is for my Zoom. The accessories that go on the top, microphones, things like that, remotes. And then here is my setup. So going from, again, right to left, this is the Pro Box. It is a external device that I can put hard drives in, and I have 3 terabytes in there now. You can fit 4 total, and what I like about it is it's USB 3, but I just use it to put raw like video files and things like that. So once I'm done with that and I load up, I can pull that hard drive out and stack it and then put another one in there. So the unit actually doesn't fill up, only the hard drives do. Here's my headphones for monitoring, which are the Audio Technica, or what are these? Oh, here we go. These are the Pro 700 MK2. Then I have my Rode microphone. This is what I use for voiceover. I got an unboxing video on that. Then just a little tripod that I just keep it on my desk. Usually it's got the dust cover on it, but I was just using it. Here is a Belkin Thunderbolt Express dock, which I need to add to. I just did an unboxing video on that, so I got to add it to my setup here. Here is the HTC Mini Plus, and then here's a little Game of Thrones Iron Throne. Doesn't really do anything but look cool. Here's a SanDisk SD card reader. It's USB 3.0. It's a picture of me and my wife when we first met, very young. Not first met, not like the first night, but first couple dates. I like to keep that up there and remind me that I shouldn't be a jerk, because I'm pretty lucky to have her. My Mac Pro, the new 2013. Then I have a Dell 27-inch monitor. It's just a 1080p. There's my Justin Muller GND that he did for me. And then over here I moved the 39-inch 4K Seiki over to this side. Seiki, whatever. I use this one for, I just wanted a bigger spot for when I do, I'll pop it up for you, Final Cut Pro. It's just a lot nicer to see everything. This is the unboxing of the Pebble Steel. So, and then my wallpaper there is another Justin Muller, which I actually have the framed one up there. I have a Bose speakers, 2 speakers and a subwoofer underneath that I use for my sound. This is a little control module for it. Here's the mouse that I use, which is the Logitech G602. It's a gaming mouse, but it has programmable buttons that I really like and I actually use, like copy paste and a bunch of different things back and forth that I use for Final Cut Pro. Here's a USB 3.0 hub that I use. There's another one back there that's hidden that I have some stuff plugged into. Here's what I use for my voiceover input. It's the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. I use this. It only records in mono. It's probably something I'm doing, but maybe not. But then I just move it to dual mono in Final Cut Pro. Here's the Amazon Fire TV hooked up to this monitor, or this TV here. Got some Google Play and Xbox gift cards that I picked up. Then I have the Logitech trackpad that I use on the left side of my Logitech solar, what is this, what's the number on this? The K750. It's solar powered, so it doesn't need any batteries. So I use this, and this. I pretty much have a Logitech setup for mouse and keyboard. The game controller for the Fire TV, my HTC One M8, which is my daily driver right now, because I'm testing it out. Should have the S5 next week, because that's when Verizon's getting it. Here's my Galaxy Note Pro 12.2 with the Logitech keyboard. charging up. And then really these are just junk. I just throw stuff in here. You got some HTC One M8 cases. Here's the Moto G, which I never did a video on. I don't know if I should or not. Let me know in the comments down below. Here's a little case holding some cords. And down here I really don't think, nothing but a microfiber cloth. Nothing in there. Miles usually hides in there sometimes, just fooling around. Here's the subwoofer, and then cable management's down in there. It's a bunch of cables, garbage can. So this is my bag that I use for work. It's the Tilt. It's the one with the battery pack in it that I haven't really used the battery pack that often. My dust cover for my road. Here's just a four port hub and a charging port USB. This is just for work. I need it for work, but I had it sent here. And then here is my unboxing. This gets a lot of questions because of the old table. This is like 100-year-old barnwood. It was a door that a guy found for me, and you can see it still has like the hinges I left on there. The other one over here is hidden by Darth Vader's foot, but it's down there. And what this is, the framing is some stuff that I've gotten from work. It's called Minitech. We use it a lot in my 9-to-5 job, but I was able to, some of it's just little scrap pieces that I put together, but most of it I bought through work. But this is what I use for my unboxing table. I really love the look of the old wood with new tech on it. So that's it. I have my lights just zip tied with saddles off to the side, up over the top of it. And I can twist them and turn them around if I want them to face a different direction. Then I just have a mount up here with a quick mount with my Canon 70D. I have a microphone input here that runs down and around to this mic stand where my Rode mic is. So if I'm doing an unboxing that I'm not going to do voiceover, I can record, which it's probably left on. I'm willing to bet. Nope, I turned it off. So that's where I put that. It sounds really, really good. Or I can pop it off and put it on the 70D if I'm going to be walking around doing something. Then I have the HDMI out connected to this monitor just so when I'm sitting here I can see what I'm doing overhead without having to try to guess or look around. Here's a few things that I have to do. I'm just going to do them in my vlog, but it's the S-Action mouse somebody asked me to take a look at for the Note Pro, and then it's a Bamboo Stylus Feel, which is like an S Pen, which it is made for the new Galaxy Notes and the Pro and all that stuff. A couple Chromecasts that I probably just need to give away because I'm not going to be using them more than likely. Galaxy Camera 2 box, GoPro 3 Plus Black Edition, which sits there because I keep thinking that I'm going to use that to record different angles on unboxings, but I just never do. Here's just a Star Wars calendar that still says March even though it's April. Here's my white balance gray card. Here's my Darth Vader, like the huge 36-inch that just sort of hangs out here. Sometimes I put like a device in his hand and take some pictures for Instagram, but that's pretty much it. That is the whole office and tour. This is a lot longer. I zipped through a lot of stuff just because I'm trying to make the video shorter, but we're probably going to be like a half an hour. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. I will try to put as many links to different things that I use or that you've seen in here in the description below. If there's something that I didn't put and you're curious about, leave me a comment and I'll send you a link or put a link in the response. But other than that, I really appreciate you guys watching. I've had more than a few people ask me about a make sure I'm still recording, an office tour. So there it is. Like I said, any questions you have, leave them down below. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the tech that I'm working on, different videos. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.